It was supposed to be just another light-hearted evening on Jimmy Kimmel's late-night talk show, when the unexpected happened, something that stunned the audience, shocked the crew, and made headlines across the entertainment world. Hollywood. Legend Morgan Freeman, known for his calm, wise, and endlessly patient persona, did something that no one saw coming. He walked off the stage after a heated exchange with the host, leaving everyone gasping in disbelief. As fans scrambled to make sense of the unfolding drama, social media exploded with theories, memes, and speculation about what exactly happened behind the scenes that led to this shocking moment. Jimmy Kimmel's show has seen its fair share of surprises, pranks, and even controversies in the past, but this was on an entirely different level. When Morgan Freeman appeared as a guest, viewers expected his usual charm, grace, and maybe a few jokes delivered in that iconic, deep, soothing voice. But the mood shifted halfway through the interview when Kimmel brought up a sensitive topic that clearly rubbed Freeman the wrong way. The change in Morgan's expression was subtle at first, a slight narrowing of the eyes, a tightening of the jaw, but it spoke volumes to anyone paying close attention. The tension in the studio thickened when Kimmel, perhaps pushing for laughs or a viral moment, made a light comment about Freeman's past roles and alleged behind-the-scenes stories. To the audience, it seemed like typical late-night humor, but Freeman didn't take kindly to the remark. "That's not something I find amusing, Jimmy," Freeman said, his voice calm but carrying an unmistakable edge. For a man who rarely loses his composure in public, this was already unusual. Kimmel, sensing the shift, tried to laugh it off and steer the conversation elsewhere, but the damage had been done. As the conversation limped forward, the awkwardness was impossible to ignore. Freeman gave shorter answers, his usual warmth noticeably absent. Kimmel attempted to recover the situation by joking about Freeman's many narrations and legendary voice, but instead of lightening the mood, the joke seemed to add fuel to the fire. Freeman leaned forward, locking eyes with Kimmel, and in a voice now firm and direct said, "I agreed to come here for a respectful conversation, not to be made a punchline." A stunned silence fell over the audience. No one had ever seen him like this before. The studio, usually buzzing with laughter and applause, felt like a vacuum. Even Kimmel's seasoned crew looked unsure of what to do next. Kimmel nervously shuffled his notes, trying to salvage the segment with a question about Freeman's upcoming film project. But Freeman wasn't having it. "I think we're done here," he said simply, pushing back his chair. The words hung in the air, heavy and final. Gasps rippled through the audience as Freeman stood up, adjusted his jacket, and without another word, calmly but decisively walked off the stage, leaving Kimmel frozen in place. The cameras kept rolling, capturing every second of this unprecedented moment. Kimmel, clearly caught off guard, tried to play it cool with a forced chuckle. "Well, I guess Morgan had somewhere to be," he quipped awkwardly, but the audience wasn't buying it. The tension was too real, too raw. Online, clips of Freeman's walk-off spread like wildfire, racking up millions of views within hours. Fans on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok debated fiercely. Was Freeman justified? Did Kimmel cross a line? Or was this all an elaborate stunt to grab attention in the crowded world of late-night television? As the hours passed, more details began to emerge. Sources close to the production claimed that Freeman had expressed discomfort with certain topics being brought up during pre-show discussions. Allegedly, he had made it clear that jokes about his personal life and old Hollywood rumors were off-limits. But somehow, whether by miscommunication or deliberate risk-taking, Kimmel went there anyway. Some insiders suggested that this wasn't the first time a guest had been blindsided on the show, but none had reacted as dramatically or as publicly as Morgan Freeman. Freeman's representatives quickly released a statement explaining that the actor had left the set out of respect for his own boundaries and values. "Mr. Freeman has always maintained a high standard of professionalism and dignity in all his appearances," the statement read. Unfortunately, certain comments made during tonight's show were inconsistent with the respectful dialogue he expected. Fans applauded his stand, praising him for refusing to tolerate disrespect, even from a major television figure like Jimmy Kimmel. Meanwhile, Kimmel's team remained silent, fueling even more speculation. industry insiders were divided. Some defended Kimmel, arguing that late-night hosts are expected to push boundaries and provoke reactions. It's part of the job. Others sided with Freeman, insisting that a man of his stature and reputation deserved better treatment. Social media polls and comment threads were split down the middle. Hashtags like #Team Freeman and Kimmel crossed the line trended side by side. The debate wasn't just about this one incident. It touched on broader questions about celebrity privacy, respect, and the fine line between humor and humiliation. In the following days, Freeman's walk-off became the talk of Hollywood. Fellow actors, directors, and celebrities weighed in. Some praised Freeman's courage and self-respect. Others warned that the incident might mark a turning point in how talk shows handle their guests. Behind the scenes, rumors swirled that Kimmel's producers were scrambling to manage the fallout, holding emergency meetings to prevent future embarrassments. Some sources even hinted that advertisers had expressed concern, worried that the show's brand might suffer if high-profile guests refused to appear. As the dust settled, Jimmy Kimmel finally broke his silence. On the next episode of his show, he addressed the incident directly. "I want to take a moment to talk about what happened with Morgan Freeman," he began, looking unusually serious. He acknowledged that some jokes may have crossed a line, and that Freeman's reaction, though unexpected, was understandable. "I respect Morgan a great deal," Kimmel said. "It was never my intention to upset him." But his apology felt guarded, carefully worded to avoid admitting full responsibility, and opinions remained divided. Freeman, for his part, stayed mostly quiet, letting his earlier statement speak for itself. But close friends reportedly told entertainment journalists that the veteran actor had felt deeply disrespected and disappointed. "He doesn't do these shows lightly," one insider said. "He came to promote his film, not to be the butt of old rumors and tired jokes." For Freeman, known for his dignity and gravitas, the incident was a rare break in his calm public persona, a moment of real human frustration that resonated with many who saw it as long overdue. The ripple effects of the clash reached beyond just Freeman and Kimmel. Other talk show hosts and producers reportedly took notice, reviewing their own guest interview guidelines to avoid similar mishaps. Some suggested that Freeman's stand might encourage more celebrities to speak up when they feel disrespected on air. "This could change the whole vibe of late-night TV," one media analyst commented. "Stars are tired of being made fun of under the guise of humor. They want respect, and now they know they can demand it, even in front of millions." Fans of both men continued to argue passionately online. Kimmel supporters insisted that he was just doing his job and that Freeman overreacted. Freeman's defenders countered that enough was enough. Hollywood legends deserved better. "Morgan Freeman earned his place in this industry," one fan tweeted. "He's not some reality star looking for clout. If he says a line was crossed, it was crossed." The debate showed no signs of slowing, with new theories and hot takes popping up daily across Reddit, YouTube, and every corner of the internet. Meanwhile, late-night TV ratings saw a curious spike. Viewers who had missed the live drama tuned in to see the infamous moment for themselves. YouTube uploads of the clip hit record numbers, with fans analyzing every glance, every pause, every word exchanged. Body language experts were invited on news segments to break down Freeman's expressions and Kimmel's reactions. What started as an uncomfortable TV moment had turned into a full-blown media event, dragging both stars into a whirlwind of attention neither likely wanted. Public opinion polls showed an interesting shift. While Kimmel's favorability dipped, slightly among older viewers, younger audiences seemed more divided, with many seeing the incident as a wake-up call for how talk shows treat their guests. Industry veterans privately wondered if Freeman's stand would inspire other A-list actors to set firmer boundaries. "If Morgan Freeman can walk off Kimmel, anyone can," joked one Hollywood producer. But the underlying message was serious. Celebrity interviews might never be the same after this.